tell us a little bit about PowerAssure. What's the overview of your company?
So PowerAssure started in 2007, and we worked before with data centers, or I did, and then we decided to start PowerAssure mainly focusing on energy efficiency in data centers and across data centers, where we took some of the concepts of automation, of tracking what's going on the IT and facility side, and combined it into a global service that can tie multiple data centers together, and then from there allows people to make more intelligent decisions around efficiency, around reliability, around the operating procedures in a data center. And I think that's how it started, and now it has grown a lot from there, where we really see a lot of technologies that tie into what we are doing and that we are partnering with to make sure that you really can cover end-to-end multiple data centers in a single environment.
So tell us a little bit about your partnerships with Dell. That's in the virtualization area?
Yeah, it's mainly in the virtualization area. Dell is a reseller for us, so they promote our product to some of their own customers. We have some joint initiatives going on with customers, mainly around virtualization and business continuity, where we automate business continuity procedures across data center combined with energy efficiency, and the same in virtualization environments. We have a partnership with PARC, the Palo Alto Research Center, and some of the technology that we use on the virtualization side comes from PARC, where we have exclusive licenses. And it's all around the reservation of virtual systems, how you use them most efficiently, and how you increase the capacity if something strange happens in one of multiple data centers. And that's kind of the notion of why we work with them.
This morning you discussed about the priority of your applications, keeping your applications up and running. Talk a little bit about that, and then also, do people's applications have to be reprogrammed or revised in order to be more reliable, to exist in multiple data centers?
Usually we don't touch applications in a way that they have to change them, right? You look at what they have today, you look at the application infrastructure, you try to not require any changes. However, there are applications that run on a single server. It's all a question of the infrastructure that they are using for the application, right? If you have a single application on a single server, there's not much you can do by itself, right? But if you have virtualized environments, if you have load-balanced environments, multiple servers that run these applications, then you have a lot of possibilities to synchronize between different sites. And with that, you can then also manually fail over between the sites or start automating some of the procedures that go along with it, and that's what you actually want to do at the end of the day, right? You want to tie it together at that level, and then measure it from the service level of the application backwards and say, I have 5 data centers, I have these applications, they need to run, they don't need to run, they are very critical, they are only critical in specific time, during specific time windows. And based on that, you allocate your resources and you automate the procedures along the line so that A, you save power, and B, you make sure you always have enough capacity that allows you to run the critical ones at any given time.
Tell me a little bit about your partnership with ABB. They're building monitoring systems that you're tying into the data centers.
ABB has a whole bunch of initiatives currently. They are a huge company out of Switzerland, and they provide a lot of infrastructure for data centers, power substations, power distribution. And what that means is that they are involved into the build-out of the power and physical infrastructure of the data center. Along the line, they have a building management system, and they have an initiative going on where they expand that building management system more towards a full data center infrastructure management solution, and PowerAssure is embedded into it. We provide all the cloud services and the aggregation services for multiple data centers for the ABB solution, and that allows ABB to basically cover the whole environment inside the data center as well as across multiple data centers through what PowerShore has. And then together with Dell, we then can cover the IT side as well, which basically covers the whole data center.
So what's your goal to increase the visibility for the data center manager to have more data about what's going on in all systems, both IT and facilities?
I think there are a couple of areas that we need to look into. One is the amount of data that a data center manager gets today is way too much already, because they have all the systems in place, right? They have a building management system, they have an IT management system, they have an OpenView, a Tivoli, you name it. And all of these systems collect an awful lot of data at a relatively low and granular level. The challenge is the correlation between that data doesn't happen, and with that, they miss out on efficiency, space, power utilization, and the most common pieces of running the data center more reliable, but because they don't know what happens on one side and how to correlate it with the other side. And that's the missing piece. And I think what ABB has understood is that they need to do that, they need to start to tie that together. And with our help, we can now aggregate it all up and give the customer complete visibility across the different dimensions. And I think that's the biggest benefit that we see right now. And once you have that visibility, you can go to the next step and look at the automation of the operating procedures that today are also isolated into facility and IT, but long term they need to be synchronized between the two sides, right? One part that I talked about this morning, if you have a cooling failure, you need to power cap the servers so that they don't overheat. That's the kind of correlation you need to support in order to become more reliable.